So as we close out Sunday on the opening weekend of The Eternals, we are starting to get reports of the final box office take on this opening weekend. Now, of course, it's going to take just about another 36-ish hours for Disney to confirm whether these predictions and analysts are correct. But what we're hearing right now is that The Eternals has opened up with $71 million, placing it $4 million short of expectations. So I've seen some people confused in regards to expectations and who sets them and how they're handled. So when we talk about box office predictions and expectations, this is coming from individual sources and outlets, from Hollywood Trades, your big names, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, The Wrap, and independent websites that work at Hollywood, and of course analysts, theatrical, big money brokers, if you will, that invest in all that. When it comes to Disney's expectations, they are typically right there at the bottom of the prediction range. So when you hear, well, it's predicted to make between 40 and 90 million, Disney's usually right there on the 40. They always lowball everything they're releasing, because then when they make over that, their investors go, oh wow, we're happy. On the other hand, you have somebody like WB who goes, we're promising you $200 million box office weekend for Batman v Superman. And then they make half of that and everybody clowns them forever because of their statements and how they thought they had the next biggest franchise ever. So it's always good to lowball yourself, then overestimate, because you might not hit those numbers. At 71 million, falling short of 75, which is where most people were saying, it's right there in the, middle. Honestly, it's pretty good. Like, this isn't disappointing at all. I've seen some people say that this is disappointing and the film is bombing. No. How is $71 million bombing? If Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp opening at 50 and 60 were seen as huge box office successes and attractions. Again, this is a different type of deal. Again, we are in the pandemic era, as they call it now. It's doing pretty well. It's like, in the top 5 biggest of the pandemic era, so that's great. And we're looking at $71 million. Maybe once they reevaluate it, 68-ish to 73, somewhere in there. But still, that's pretty good. Did it fall short of the, expectations set by some of these analysts? Yes. Again, it surpassed Disney's, and I think that's the one that matters. Wouldn't you agree? If it's the company that said, hey, we're going to make 40, and then they make an extra 30, everybody at Disney's going to be happy quite clearly. Now, of course, the big picture, as everybody has said, this film is important in its second and third weekend, because this could be the one that decides the fate of this franchise. If we get like a 75% drop weekend over weekend, you ain't getting Eternals 2. That much is obvious.